Have you got some spare cash laying around and you fancy upgrading something on your bike? Or maybe a loved one asks you, what would you like for your birthday? What can I get you for Christmas? And you're struggling for some inspiration. Well, here's 5 great upgrades that you could make for under $50, under €45, or under £40. Let's have a look at them. Okay, in at number 1 then, a firm favourite, new handlebar tape. New handlebar tape is like when you go out riding in a fresh pair of socks. It gives a nice appearance and also it's going to be comfortable too. And when you've got it on the bike, well, it's not going to show up any grubby old handprints, or certainly not for the first ride. There is a huge variety though of different options available out there, from very basic and minimalistic tapes to something way more comfortable with some decent amount of cushioning. The world is your oyster when it comes to bar tape. I'm not even going to start on colours, well I am a little bit. There is something out there to match near enough every single bike on the market. And if that doesn't satisfy you, well why not get something that really clashes perhaps? Number 2 on my list then, and Dr. Oliver Bridgewood's absolute favourite, the latex inner tube. They do come as standard in some tubular tyres out there, but well, not everyone out there uses them on a day-to-day basis. You are going to save some weight by having them, about 40 grams per inner tube compared to a standard butyl tube. They do also offer a slightly more comfortable ride because they are more supple than a standard tube too. And that's also going to help you with your cornering because they're going to adapt to the carcass of a tyre when you're leaning it into a bend. Also, we've got a lower rolling resistance in there. And then the last thing, which I'm going to mention, is not a positive, it's a bit of a negative. The tubes themselves are more porous, so that means that air is going to escape overnight, for instance. But well, you check your tyre before every ride anyway, don't you? Bottle cages then, often taken for granted, but it's worth mentioning them because there is a huge variety of different products out there. So if you've got a subpar one on your bike, it's likely you know about it because you've probably lost a bottle somewhere along on one of your rides. And if not, it's sod's law that it's going to happen when you're hurtling down that bumpy descent and you don't want to have to go back up it. Many years ago, the variety was heavy and sturdy or lightweight and flimsy. These days, you can get lightweight and also sturdy too. You want that bottle cage to have a nice firm grip so that you don't lose your bottle when you're out riding. So what I recommend is a water bottle cage which has got a nice firm grip, but not so firm that you have to stop at the side of the road and wrestle a bottle out when it comes to having a drink. Now, if you follow our Monday maintenance videos, which I'm sure you do, you will know full well the importance of the correct tool for the job. And well, bike tools I see as something of an investment because so many of them are specialist and they are going to last for quite some time. So if you're using a free Allen key or little spanner from IKEA, throw that away right now because it's not going to be up to the job and it could well be damaging your component. Instead, why not get yourself a decent little multi-tool which will do the job, and they are built specially for bicycles and also to get in those small little crevices that we sometimes have to. Of course, the ideal thing will be the individual specialist tool, but well, why not get yourself something that will see you through until you can get your complete toolkit. Right, my final one, decent tyres. Something I always recommend to someone when they're talking about upgrades on their bikes. We've got a number of different reasons why. Firstly, puncture protection. Less likely to get a puncture with them for some reason over even the cheapest, heaviest, oldest, thickest tyres out there. It's just the way the compounds work and their flexibility. Now that flexibility also helps when it comes to ride quality too, because they're going to give you a nice lively feel. When you get out of the saddle, you do notice the difference between a decent tyre and one that's not that good indeed. One of the reasons behind this actually is the carcass of the tyre. They've got more threads in there, which means that it can adapt to everything it finds when you're traveling along. Also, grip has to be considered and mentioned as a real benefit too, because a decent tyre will have had loads of R&D gone into it, so the compound and also the tread pattern is going to be designed in such a way to enhance your ride quality. And then when we're talking about ride quality too, how would you like to not put in quite as much effort but to go the same speed? Well, with a decent tyre, generally you're going to have less rolling resistance, which is always nice. There we are then, 5 upgrades that aren't going to break the bank. Under $50, under €45, under £40. Let me know in the comment section down below, what would you recommend if you were sat here right behind this desk? Get involved, I absolutely love reading your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the GCN Tech channel by clicking that subscribe button, and also don't forget the little notification bell too, so you get a little ding dong each and every time we put a video live. Don't forget as well to check out the GCN shop at shop.globalcyclingnetwork.com. And now for 2 more absolutely cracking videos, how about clicking just down here and just down here.